Imagine having a sales team that doesn't have the confidence to sell. People that are in front of prospects all the time, but don't have the tools to make the necessary upsells that are possible. Well, I want to show you one tool today that is helping businesses really increase their sales. Welcome to another episode of the DMC Marketing Nugget. On today's episode, we're glad to bring in Vice President of Training and Sales of Dynamic Air Quality Solutions, Steve Moores. Steve, thanks for joining us today. It's great to have you.
Hey, Devin, it's great to be here. Thanks for having me.
Wonderful. Well, looking forward to bringing some great information out to our audience today, and you've had some amazing results. So we're going to talk today about some of the issues that you've seen in the HVAC industry with people being able to upsell. Now, typically the techs are the ones that are going out to meet people to fix their air handlers, their air conditions, heaters, whatever it may be. And one of the problems that I know you've had is getting people to sell. So today we're going to bring in one solution, which is called a video book, which we'll share with you in just a minute. But Steve, why don't you go ahead and just give us a little bit of an overview of some of the experiences that you've had prior to using the video book and really some of the solutions that you're seeing now because of the video book.
Well, Devin, I've been doing this for about 30 years now. And when we started off, we actually went to the entrepreneurs and the owners of the companies and had them introduce it to their sales team because, it's sales. So we figured, well, let's go right to the source. People are talking to the homeowners on a regular basis. It wasn't very long before we figured out that sales guys might do 2 or 3 calls a day, and they have technicians in the field. The technician might do anywhere from 20 calls a week, and if you got 10 technicians, start doing the math. So the ones that are out in front of people are the technicians. So about 20% of our product is sold through the sales forces of an HVAC contracting business, and about 80% through technicians. The challenge we had up front is technicians they didn't join the company to become a sales guy. So they basically joined the company to service clients and to fix things. So we changed our sales or our training process about 29 years ago, and to address the technician and how they can get people happily involved in indoor air quality products. And that was a feat in and of itself. So fast forward to today, or to the last few years here. We have gotten a training program now where we can take the top 10% of technicians and get them educated on how to communicate indoor air quality in every single call. And they love it. They get it. They prosper very quickly because they love communicating with people. They're just good communicators. The challenge we have is the other 90%. Right. So just think of what we're missing here. If we got we're doing a great business with these 10%ers, but 90% either don't want to communicate, they're old school, they don't know how to communicate, or they figure that's not their job. But if you have dirt, dust, or debris in the system and you're concerned about asthma and allergies and viruses and bacteria, the things that are out on the public today that the people are concerned about, that is something that a technician can fix. So let's get into the fixing process. So then our sales process or our education process, communication process for technician changed. And here again, we got those 10%ers happily involved. We needed a tool. How do we take this, the whole larger majority of the guys, and get them interested or happily involved, make it easier for them to be consistent in a process of communication? And that's where the video book came in.
Okay, so some of you that are out there are like, what the heck is a video book? So I own a company called Print-O-Vision. We were one of the pioneers of bringing video in print technologies to the States. We're always looking for ways to help our clients be different, to really stand out. So we have embedded video screens into printed materials, whether it be a business card, a video brochure, a video book. Steve's using a video book. So let me go ahead and share the video book with you right now that Steve's using so you have a better understanding of the tool that we're speaking of.
Did you know Mother Nature is continually purifying the air we breathe? Thunderstorms, wind, and lightning purify out. Now that you've seen everything that's contaminating your home's air that you and your family are breathing in, hundreds of case studies and third-party testing have proven why our systems are so effective and sought after in
So now that you've seen what an actual video book is, you can just imagine the power of having video explain the benefits of using air quality solutions, or really any type of benefit that you have to offer, right there in the homeowner's hands. So tell us a little bit on how that's helped those people that were the 90% that were not really upselling. They had potential to be bringing in more sales and commissions for themselves, helping the bottom line for their owners of the companies. And I know that's something that even if you get a small percentage of those people to start selling. So tell us how that's helped your company and the companies that you serve.
Well, obviously, what they call it, they look for a higher average ticket is what they call it. So anytime a sales guy or a service technician, mostly the service technicians on our end, are in front of a homeowner, they're explaining to them that their capacitor is bad, their contactor is bad. Part and pieces are bad with the system. They either need to be replaced or they should be replaced depending on how bad they are. So that communication process is pretty easy for a technician to explain to a homeowner because that's what they're trained on. Our product is not something they learn in the trade school. So ours is a little bit different. It's an accessory that they could be selling later on the call. So we have to educate the contractor and the technician on how and when to introduce that on a call. So that's a process in and of itself. So in order to increase that average ticket, honestly and ethically, you have to show them things that are challenges with their system or with things that are going on at their home that we can take care of. And so with the video book, what that's done for us is these, I explained a little bit earlier, there's a 10% that get it. They're going to go out and communicate anyway.
Right.
This 90%, they're like, I need something easy. Or actually, they're not even asking us. They're just like, I just don't do that. But when we present the video book to them, well, I get it. I understand the product. I really have passion for it. I want to explain it to a homeowner, but I don't know how. So now it's press and play. You just open up this professional video book. There's 4 videos on there. It explains our products. It explains the challenges. And then at the end, it says, we got some packages put together. Ask the guy that handed this to you for more information. That so much shortens the learning curve for these guys in 2 ways. Number one, some of them don't even want to learn. The other ones that want to learn, they still don't get it. This makes it so much easier for them. And the other thing, Devin, is they hear it over and over and over. It's the repetition of them hearing these videos over and over, and then it starts to become second nature for them as well. So it helps the homeowner obviously with benefits to the product. It helps the contractor because his average ticket goes up, his revenues goes up, and it's profitable. And the technician happens to get commission for anything that he sells. So he wins as well. So everybody wins in this process.
Yeah, that's incredible. So the people that have not had the confidence in the past now have the confidence to go in. It's somewhat dummy proof because there's nothing that they have to jump on a computer to get distracted or jump on an iPad or a phone. It's simply your branding in their hands with the information that we want the techs to be selling, but they may not have the ability to do that. So while they're fixing the AC, now this tool is helping sell. So tell us a little bit about some of the results that we've had. I know we've had somewhat of a perfect storm with COVID and air quality in general, but just the increase in sales that you've seen.
Well, we've had a 300% increase in sales over last year's, over March through September of 2019 compared to 2020. Now, a lot of that's attributed to COVID. There's more awareness today. It's on CNN, it's on Fox News. They're talking about UV lights. They're talking about our products. Now, ours is scientifically and logically designed correctly, so the guys get that. But now there's a huge opportunity. Now 300% increase, that's awesome to have. But how do you capitalize on that on every single call? I can attribute a good portion of that 300% increase is because the guys that weren't communicating are now communicating, and homeowners are asking them. So it's a little bit of an easier process. Hey, I saw this UV light thing on TV. What do you think of that? Oh, here, I got something right here for you. And instead of having to explain it to them, they said, I'm glad you asked. I got this. So that has really helped the I'm going to call him the lower end technician. There might be a great fixer-upper guy, but not a communicator. It's helped him communicate in a market now that's exploding. So even though we've had organic growth because of COVID, I got to attribute a lot of that because now that the guys that weren't talking about it are being asked, let's say they're being asked, but they still don't know how to explain it. Well, like, oh, I got something here. Watch this. So that's really helped the lower end guys, and it's even helped the guys that are 10%ers are really good communicators. They're busy now, right? They're busier than ever. So maybe they don't have time to do the 10-minute presentation. They say, hey, look, I got 3 other calls to go on, and I'd love to talk to you more about this, but I got this video book. So it's been kind of twofold. It's worked on both ends.
Perfect. So, I mean, you've been in the industry for quite some time now. You were around when the internet, the .com boom was. Tell us the impact that you feel from what we've seen with the internet and being able to advertise online and have websites versus now using the video book.
Well, you kind of alluded to it a little bit earlier on in the presentation here, in that it's easy. They open up the book; it's right there. You don't have to worry about getting on your iPad or anything else. We've done this, but we've had it. You had to go to a link, you had to go to a website, or you had to get online. What if you're in the middle of a farm country and you didn't have access to internet? What if? There's too many what ifs going on there. It's surpassed the internet type marketing for us, at least for the one-on-one. It's not to say that people aren't going to go on the internet and shop like they always have. But when you're one-on-one with a homeowner, it makes it so easy. Before, they used to have to pull their iPad out and say, go to this website. Hopefully the website's functioning. Now, when you go to the website, hit this button. And when you hit that button, you got to go to this thing. Follow the navigation, do this, now you get this. It's like a training process to train them on how to navigate to get to what you want them to know in the first place. The video book bypasses all that. They just open it up, press play, and you're good to go.
Yeah. So it's a much bigger game changer for you and for the people. I mean, you really become the hero because now you're helping people that were not selling ever before or had a small percentage of upselling to really helping them. So not only do you look great, I know that initially you ordered 100 pieces. Now we've ordered just another 200 pieces, and I'm sure there's more to come. But people are wanting this tool to help them and help their team. Isn't that correct?
Yeah, and you're right. You have more orders to come because as the word gets out there, we just started introducing it. Then COVID hit, so it kind of backlogged us on product itself, which was our main concern. But the video book, it's like the perfect storm. The video book came out at the exact same time. I think we started introducing it in March. So as the guys got involved with it, and they started saying, "Well, geez, COVID's happening now. We got a great opportunity. This is a good tool for us." But beyond COVID, once we get beyond all this stuff, it's still going to, now they're already being educated on how to use this tool and they're excited about it. So it's a good process. It's a good product for us to have in our communication process to make it easier across the board for everybody.
Well, we love hearing that. I mean, I think everyone that is in marketing, of course, there's a lot of people trying to sell the silver bullet online, but in the years that I've been in marketing, there is no silver bullet. It takes consistency. It takes a lot of different angles to hit people and a lot of different touches to make those sales. But what we have seen is as close to a silver bullet, I would say, as I think we could get with this being used as a prospecting tool, as a sales tool. And ultimately, if you have a sales team out there, even if they're decent salespeople, no one really wants to get sold. So having something like this with testimonials, case studies, really the benefits that the viewer is going to experience by buying your product, buying your service, that's really the huge home run right here with the video books. And again, it's really just so simple for anyone to understand how to use it and implement it into their marketing system. So I know, Steve, with your systems, of course, your very high level systems. You want to tell us a little bit about your systems and how you differ from the rest?
Yeah, we've been in business since 1982. So we're not the new guys on the block. We have 3 divisions. We have a commercial division, international division, and then I run the residential side. So we got a vast array of products that fit into the commercial aspects of the business. But we use that commercial information that we've been doing since the early 80s, and we take that engineering design and that science and address it to the residential market. So that our residential contractors, we call direct on heating and air conditioning contractors. So our contractors can have access to commercial grade product for that absolutely 100% works by case studies, by by scientific labs, and by studies we've done actually in people's homes. So the difference being, I'd love to sit on this podcast and say we have the only product that works. We don't. There's a lot of good competitors out there, but there's a lot of smoke and mirrors out there today as well. So with a company like Dynamic Air Quality Solutions, you can be confident that we have a history, we have engineering, we have a design we work with. It's based on international and commercial aspects of products that we put in hospitals, casinos, nursing homes, all kinds of different commercial applications. And it's the same exact product that we use in the residential market as well. So, and then we have the trainers we have 9 trainers around the country, all the little territory that they work. So we not only just, here's some product and it works, believe us, we show them how to install it. We do the training. We do communication training, technical training, ride-alongs, video books. Now it's made things, the learning curve a lot faster. And one thing I didn't mention is another aspect of the video book is, trying to keep the message consistent across the board. These guys do a lot of home shows. So it used to be, you got one sales guy works a couple hours. He says one thing, technician comes in, he says another thing. It wasn't a consistent message. Today, what they can do is they have the video book right on the table at the show. So, and they just play it, and people just lift it up and they say, hey, just hit this button right here. It'll tell you about this product that we have back here. So there's other ways that we can use it other than one-on-one with homeowners.
That's awesome. So I love hearing that. And of course, the results speak for themselves and just what we're hearing on the feedback from the technicians coming in. So really appreciate you joining us today and sharing this information. Of course, we want to help any business owner, their sales and marketing teams. It's harder and harder right now. You have no trade shows. Face-to-face meetings are hard. People don't necessarily want to be talking to people face-to-face. So this is another tool that really can help you out. So appreciate you shedding some light on this, and we wish you the best of continued success. We want to hear about another 300% in raise and business over the next a few months as well. But thanks again. Anything else, Steve, that you want to tell business owners, sales teams out there right now?
No, they can reach me if you don't mind me giving my number and stuff. Is that okay? Okay, it's 630-417-4998, or they can reach me by email at smores, that's SMORES, yes, s'mores, at dynamicaqs.com. And we'll get you all the information you need on our training and on our product.
Perfect. Well, you definitely are showing that you are dynamic, as in our name of our company. So everyone out there, think about how you can implement this within your business. We're here to discuss the strategies. We have no problem providing you ideas on how this can help your business out, help your sales team out, and ultimately increase your bottom line. So thanks again for joining us. Be sure to share, leave us some comments below. Thanks for joining us for another episode of the DMC Marketing Nugget. We'll see you here next Monday for another great show. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Devin.